So here we have a slightly used 2022 Porsche Cayman T. This one comes in chalk, and then we have matching chalk and black leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, made it to a 7-speed double clutch transmission. That gets us 300 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. This one has a little over 35,000 miles on it. Front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights, and I love the front fascias of these newer Caymans. They just look really sporty. They kind of remind me of the newer Cayennes, the newer Panameras, and I just really like the look again. Down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 18-inch aluminum. I like that design. We get passive keyless entry, door handle there, power folding mirrors. We have our one-touch up and down windows on both sides, and we do have the blind spot monitor right here, so those 3 lights will turn red to let you know someone's over there. And I do believe this comes with the premium Bose system. But here is the seat itself. We have a manual seat, but a power seat back, so we can use this to pump the seat up or down. And then that's the seat bottom itself there, and then again, power for the back. The headlamp controls are here. This is how you get the car started with that fob. Electronic parking brake is there. And then you pull this back, and you have a little bit of space back there if you want to put something kind of long. And then you also have the compartment behind the seats themselves. And then if you want to open the trunk, pull here, open the front, and pull there. Now, I don't know if this will let me open it because the car's running. So let me cut it off real quick and then see if I can pop it. There we go. But there's a cargo space here. Now, how you get to the engine, I don't know. I'm assuming you gotta do something with this. But pretty good trunk space back here, I think. I just burned my leg on the exhaust. Goodness gracious. All right. Did not think of that. Gosh, that hurt. So yeah, just make sure you're careful. That's probably why they don't let you get to the trunk when the car is running. But here's the front passenger seat. You get that same adjustability as you do on the driver's side with the power seat back, but then you can pump the seat up or down here and then adjust the seat bottom with that lever. And then you have a glove compartment here, lockable, USB-A port in there. But I mean, not a bad price, $65,000. Especially for what these go new, and you know, there's so much markup with new Porsches nowadays. You can't even keep up with how these things have gotten so expensive. I got a 2000, I paid like 7,500 bucks for it. Now it's been about 10 grand just in fixing it after somebody else spent 10 grand in fixing it before they sold it. But these newer ones I feel like don't have the same issues, especially because they're just newer, they haven't aged as much. Really like the cargo space up front though. It's very roomy, I think. I'm gonna start her back up. And let's see if we can look at the turn signals. Now that's a nice sound, I will say that. So side marker there, and then there's one up front. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat now. Just a quick run through of this. It is just a 2-seater. Leather wrap steering wheel is here. There's the horn. Vents are up top here for the radio. We do get our AM as well as FM and XM radio there. And then you have your presets there. Gosh, my leg hurts. That legit burned me. But you can go through the different bands with a button down below. And then you do get your Bluetooth audio as well. And then all of your system settings are in here. If you want to change your units of measurement, you can do that. Date and time. Backup cameras there. The guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel, and then you do have the front and rear sensors, so they'll kind of light up and beep at you as you get close to something. Oh man. Still get a CD drive in this one, which is pretty neat. It's one of the few cars that still had that in 2022, I think. Dual zone automatic climate controls with 3-stage heated cool front seats. Adjust your fan speed there, fan direction. You have your defrosters as well. Then you can auto right there. Now for the shifter, push this down, reverse neutral drive. Come over here, you can manually shift or use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. And then your door lock controls, lock, unlock there. Hazards here. You can adjust the wing there if you want to put that in or up. And then exhaust there. Auto stop toggle, traction control, sport mode. And you do have a little bit of storage space here with the USB-A port. Then up here, garage door transmitter, parking sensors, you can toggle those right there. And then your lights for the front are LED. And then you have voice recognition on the side, blinkers. Cruise control is here, so you can turn that off, resume, and then you can adjust your speed, turn it on or off there. And then you have your intermittent wipers, so one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency right here, pull up for the fluid. And then this here, adjust volume, and then you have your Bluetooth control there. And then this here goes through that side menu. You can see all of that there. Turn those wipers off. Oh, then your important thing, I always forget, your headlamp washer fluid is right here. So you push that in, you can see it kind of sprayed up. But then this is the key fob. Next, let's go ahead and take this 2022 718 Cayman T out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 718 T, I really like how the car drives. I have a Boxer 2000 that has the 5-speed Tiptronic, and I just like how this 7-speed double clutch handles compared to that. It's just, it's not as raw feeling, but it does kind of give you a more fun driving experience, I think. And the sound in here is very visceral. Even in my Boxer with the top down, I feel like it's louder here with the engine right behind me. I can kind of hear everything that's going on. The exhaust note is great. Really like the exhaust, other than the fact that it kind of sticks out a little bit, so I did burn my leg on it, but I should have been more careful. It's just a really good driver's car. If you don't want to necessarily spend 911 money, this is a good way to go, especially if this is just going to be a second car. But these are really good daily drivers just because they're relatively fuel efficient. I mean, the storage space in here is really good if you're one person that might have a second person. Now, I wouldn't say stick your kid in a car seat, but I mean, you might be able to do that as well with a few modifications. But it's just a really fun car that'll put a smile on your face, even with this one having 300 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. And then the adjustable exhaust is great, just being able to put that in the loudest mode or take it off. The same thing with the spoiler. And then the same thing with the sport mode, just having that at the push of a button. But I will put it in sport mode now. I'm going to give it a pull. I'm not going to use the paddles. I just want to see how it shifts by itself. Here we go. mean, a pretty quick car. And I mean, really gets the power down. For this to have 300 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. It's a turbo 4. The sound is great. Just the acceleration is fantastic. It's just a really fun car overall. Have the cruise control enabled now here. You don't have any of that lane centering or adaptive cruise on this one particularly, but still nice to have cruise control. My 2000 Boxer does not have that, and it can be a pain to maintain your speed, especially in a car like that. So again, it's nice to have that here. You can see that blind spot monitor going off if you look closely. Really like that because the light is really bright. It's 3 different bars. You just can't miss it, as opposed to the yellow one that comes on most other vehicles. But in the auto mode, very impressed by how this thing got up to speed. And the ride quality was really good, what you'd expect from a Porsche. Now for the money, I do think this is a pretty solid car. Again, from the driving perspective, just how easy it handles, it's just a good overall car, I think. Acceleration is great. Again, for this to be the 2-liter turbo. And of course you get those driving dynamics that you'd expect from this mid-engine, low-slung vehicle. But I do want to give one more huge thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these pre-owned, click that 3rd link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever used vehicle you might be interested in. But I love the ride quality of these because it's not like a Cadillac, but you can feel the road. It's still comfortable, and you really get that driving feel that you want from a car like this. You feel like you can handle just with the best of them. You can send this thing on its way. It's just, again, an overall great driving car. Now with the turbo, you can kind of find that sweet spot where you don't have to shift down as much and kind of feel the turbo doing its thing. And it really is one of those cars where it's really fun and it's really fast. It's not necessarily like a Miata where it's a fun car, but it's not a fast car. And it's not necessarily a 911 turbo. It's not as visceral as that, but it does give you, I think, the best of both worlds. A really good driving car, a relatively practical car for it to be a 2-seater coupe, and the looks are really good as well. But for the money, I mean, it beats spending 200 grand, I think, on something else. And again, it'll still put a smile on your face when you put your foot down. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2022 Porsche Cayman T.